Good morning, grade 3. I welcome you to today's social studies lesson. This week we're going to begin reading chapter 7, Citizenship, and the lesson is Duties of Citizens. So the learning objectives of today's lesson are to recognize that citizens have responsibilities and to identify voting, obeying laws, respecting others, and paying taxes as responsibilities. Now, please do not forget to pause this video or replay it for better understanding. This is the title page of Lesson 2, Duties of Citizens. Let's have a closer view and begin reading together. So, first of all, you should know this vocabulary: responsibility, jury, consequence, common good, and volunteer. We're going to go through these words as we read the lesson, so don't worry about it. Let's begin reading. For every right, there is a responsibility. A responsibility is a duty or something a person must do because it is necessary or important. Voting, for example, is both a right and a responsibility. Our responsibilities. Citizens of the United States have many responsibilities. They have a responsibility to obey laws and to settle differences peacefully. They also have to pay taxes and to serve on a jury. Let's look at what does the term jury mean. A jury is a group of people who meet to decide whether a person has broken a law. Down below here you can see a picture where voters have a responsibility to learn about the people trying to be elected. So when they do choose a leader, they make sure that they choose wisely. On this page you can see a picture, and that's where you can see a jury that has a responsibility, and they have to be very careful when they make decisions. Right? Let's have a close review and read page 249. People who break laws face consequences. A consequence is something that happens because of what a person does. If someone breaks a traffic law, one of the consequences may be an accident. A person who breaks any law may have to pay a fine or go to jail. Knowing limits. Citizens need to know the limits to their rights. For example, we have the right to gather in groups, but we must do so peacefully. We have the right to share our opinions, but we should also respect other people's opinions. So when you're done reading this page, you should be able to summarize what are some responsibilities that citizens have. Try doing that on your own. And do not forget to share your answers. So if I ask you the question, what are some responsibilities citizens have, you could mention all of what you've learned in these last 2 pages. Serving your community. Some responsibilities, such as paying taxes and serving on a jury, are the law. Other responsibilities are not required by law but are still important. One responsibility of being a citizen is to work for the common good, the good for everyone in a community. And now we're going to read about Wheaton, Illinois. People in communities help one another every day. Helping others is one way to work for the common good. The community of Wheaton, Illinois helped one of its citizens, Joel Gomez, who was hurt while fighting in the war in Iraq. He could no longer move his body and had to use a wheelchair. So let's figure out, what did the community do to help? A group of volunteers worked together to build Joel Gomez a new house. Volunteers are people who choose to work without getting paid. Gomez's new house had technology that would help him live a better life. Volunteers from more than 50 groups in Wheaton helped in other ways. School groups and firefighters held events to raise money for Gomez. One citizen even bought him a special van. So, summarizing what we've learned, how can citizens work for the common good? And the answer is they can do so by volunteering for the common good of the society. Let's read the summary of this entire lesson. Citizens have many responsibilities. These include paying taxes, obeying laws, and helping others. You can see Joel Gomez on a special wheelchair that was designed by one of the volunteers to help him live a better life. Now, I want you to open your SST practice book to page number 67. Here you're going to look at some duties of citizens, and you will write the terms from the box that is best described by each statement. So let's have a closer view. Great, so we've got a word box with the following words. Let's read them together: common good, jury, vote, volunteer, and consequence. Now, what I want you to do is that I want you to go back on this lesson, replay it, reread it, and see where these terms fit the best. And when you're done, we're going to reflect on this work when you come to school next. Best of luck. And when you're done with this, I also want you to research Qatar's role in bringing about the best in citizens and residents. We know that there are lots of non-profit charity organizations that are there for animal welfare, for example, CAUSE, or the volunteering group that cleans the beach. And we know about Qatar Charity and all the good work that Qatar Red Crescent has also done. So I want you to research about the common good that volunteers in Qatar have been performing past all these years to make Qatar an amazing country that it is. So please share your research in the e-discussions and let us know what you found out. Please do not forget to complete today's work independently on page 67, and do not forget to share what you've learned by the research work that you're going to perform. Best of luck, grade 3.